Greetings all, my name is JD from Studio 2105. Welcome back to Direct Access MixStream and yet another episode of Weekly Update Wednesdays. In this week's video, I'm going to be talking about how to calculate pre-delay and other ways besides reverb of getting front to back depth in a mix. If you are new to this channel, a warm welcome to you. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to all the patrons who help to support the channel financially. Do sign up for the email list. If you're not yet a subscriber, please do click on the subscribe button. Don't forget, click on the notification bell as well so that you don't miss out on any of my video uploads. If you want to consider supporting the channel, right, you can become a patron by heading down to the website that's down below. Link is also going to be in the description. Folks, I'm going to be away on a short holiday break to spend time with family, but worry not, I've already had a bunch of content and a bunch of videos already lined up for you. This Friday I'm going to be putting out the interview that I did with Soya Su. He's a Malaysian born engineer who works in Hans Zimmer studio, so do check it out. A couple of other videos as well, so once again do subscribe, right, and make sure you click on the bell so that you'll be notified when those videos come out. So without further ado, let's check out this week's featured questions. How do I calculate pre-delay? Pre-delay is a parameter that determines the time interval between the start of the sound source and the onset of reverb. The ability to adjust this parameter will really come in handy, right? Sometimes you want to have separation between the sound source and the reverb itself. This helps with clarity, it helps to clear things up, it also reduces the muddiness. This simple formula is not only used to calculate pre-delay, but it's also the same one that's used to calculate delay effect times. And right, in some cases, it can be helpful to help you calculate the compressor release time as well. The calculation is as follows. Take 60,000 divided with the tempo of the song in beats per minute, and the result will be a quarter note delay in milliseconds. Let's say a song has a tempo of 120 BPM. 60,000 divided by 120 BPM equals 500 milliseconds. A 500 milliseconds pre-delay means that the reverb will only be generated a quarter note after the start of the sound that triggers it. Likewise, to get shorter time intervals, you divide the number in half. You get an 8-note delay, you take 500 milliseconds, you divide by 2, you get 250 milliseconds. 16 notes will be 250 milliseconds divided by 2, you get 125 milliseconds, and so on. Bear in mind though, mixing is a musical affair after all, and although math can help arrive at a starting point, we still need to use our ears and judgment in order to fine-tune the settings. Next question, besides reverb, what other ways are there to show distance? What else can be done to make a sound appear near, far, or forward, backward? There are several ways to describe a good mix. We use words such as having good separation, front to back depth, while maintaining presence, clarity, size, etc. However, immediately slapping on a reverb, right, to make parts sound big, to make them sound deep, right, can be counterproductive because reverb tends to push a part further back into a mix. If you're not careful, you're going to end up with a whole muddy wash of right frequencies that smears right the sound and eats up all the space in the mix. The first and simplest method to suggest distance is simply level. Right? Logically, a part that sounds near will be louder than a part that's further back in the mix. The second is in the frequency content. A sound that is close is more present, more bright. The sound that's further away will usually be less so. Air is an excellent attenuator of high frequencies, right? And applying either a high shelf or maybe a gentle low pass filter, right, will give the impression of a part sitting further back in a mix. An easy example of where this applies is backing vocals. Applying a shelving or maybe a low pass filter at around 10, 11, 12K will immediately help sit the BV part behind the lead vocal. Now besides, you don't really need all the high frequency content from backing vocals anyway. Another useful idea to think about is the concept of the ratio of direct versus the reflected sound. A sound that has a higher ratio of reflections compared to the direct sound will sound bigger and a little further away. For example, using room mics when recording drums or even other instruments helps impart a sense of size and 3D space. Another common tool that is often used in place of reverb and to achieve the same effect is delay. Remember that formula earlier? Now, depending on the song tempo, an 8th or 16th note delay can help to give a sense of depth, say for example lead vocal, right? Without pushing it further to the back. Many professional mixers use delay in this manner instead of reverb, and to further create dynamics, I like to start right with a mono delay right in the verses on the lead vocal before bringing in and growing it into a wider stereo delay in the chorus. Take these three factors: sound level, frequency content, the ratio of direct versus reflected sound, and apply them in combination with either delay or reverb. Adjust the parameters such as your pre-delay, your decay, your feedback, and even EQing your reverbs and delays. I actually did a much deeper dive into the various parameters of reverb, right? Do check it out in this video. Ultimately, remember to use your ears and let them be the judge of what are the appropriate reverb or delay settings. So that's all for this video. Hopefully you found this useful and informative. If you did, please do leave a like. Please do share this with your friends. If you're not yet a subscriber, please do click on the subscribe button. I'll see you again in another video real soon. Stay safe, stay happy. Happy recording and mixing. Peace, love, and music.